Hey folks, today we're heading down south, where the sweet tea is strong, the humidity is stronger, and the ghosts, well, they might just be the strongest of all. We're about to explore the most haunted locations below the Mason-Dixon, where history lingers in the shadows and the past refuses to stay buried. These aren't just creaky old houses. These are legendary sites with chilling stories and countless eyewitness accounts. From cursed plantations to abandoned sanatoriums, each place is a chapter in the South's haunted history. So, buckle up. And as we go, let me know in the comments if you've had your own ghostly encounters or know a local legend we should cover. Let's get into it. Our journey into the spectral realm begins. First stop, St. Francisville, Louisiana, a town steeped in history and whispered tales of the supernatural. We're venturing into the heart of the South, where grand antebellum homes stand as silent witnesses to centuries of stories, both beautiful and tragic. Our destination, the Myrtles Plantation, a place that has captured the imagination of paranormal enthusiasts for decades. It's often called America's most haunted house, a title earned through countless reported sightings and chilling accounts. The air here is thick with anticipation, a sense that we're about to step into a world where the veil between the living and the dead is exceptionally thin. Built in 1796, the Myrtles is infamous not just for its architectural beauty, but for its tragic legends, especially the story of Chloe. These walls have seen joy and sorrow, love and betrayal, and perhaps the echoes of those intense emotions are what linger to this day. Chloe, an enslaved woman whose life took a cruel turn. The story goes that she was punished for eavesdropping, a transgression that resulted in a brutal act, having her ear cut off. To conceal the disfigurement, she wore a green turban to hide the scar, a symbol that would forever be associated with her tragic tale. This turban, a simple piece of fabric, became a haunting reminder of her suffering. The legend says she, desperate to regain favor, concocted a sinister plan. She baked a poisoned cake, hoping to make the family sick and then cure them, thus earning their gratitude. But her plan backfired horribly. Instead of regaining favor, Sarah Woodruff and her two daughters succumbed to the poison and died. A devastating outcome that sealed Chloe's fate. Fearing retribution from the plantation's inhabitants, the other enslaved people, in a desperate act of self-preservation, hanged Chloe. A brutal end to a life marked by hardship and desperation. Her ghost, forever associated with the green turban, is now the plantation's most famous apparition. A spectral figure forever bound to the scene of her demise. Guests report seeing her in photos, a blurry figure lurking in the background, peeking from corners. Her presence felt in the shadows or wandering the grounds, a restless spirit forever searching for peace. But Chloe isn't alone in her spectral residency. There's the haunted mirror, an object steeped in its own chilling lore. Legend says it trapped the spirits of Sarah and her children because a crucial tradition was ignored. It wasn't covered after their deaths, leaving their souls vulnerable and trapped within its reflective surface. Visitors claim to see child-sized handprints and shadowy figures in the glass, no matter how often it's cleaned, a persistent reminder of the tragedy that unfolded within these walls. The Woodruff children's ghosts are said to play tricks, their playful energy manifesting in unsettling ways. Hear disembodied laughter echoing in empty rooms, a chilling reminder of the lives cut short. Footsteps in the halls, a phantom presence pacing through the corridors of time. And even the feeling of a child jumping on your bed, a playful yet unsettling encounter with the afterlife. William Drew Winter, a post-Civil War resident, met a violent end. He was shot on the porch and died on the 17th step inside, his lifeblood staining the wood for eternity. People still hear his dying footsteps echoing up the stairs, a ghostly replay of his final moments. Other phenomena, a piano that plays itself, its keys moving without human intervention, filling the air with eerie melodies, furniture moving, objects shifting positions as if guided by unseen hands. Objects vanishing and reappearing, a game of hide-and-seek played by the spirits of the Myrtles. The Myrtles is a magnet for ghost hunters and skeptics alike, with generations reporting the same eerie encounters, regardless of their beliefs. Is it all legend? A product of overactive imaginations and whispered stories? Or is something truly haunting these halls? A lingering energy from the past refusing to fade away? At the Myrtles, the past isn't just remembered. It's still very much alive, breathing in the shadows, whispering in the wind, and waiting to be experienced. Our journey through the spectral heartland of America continues. Next, we're off to Adams, Tennessee, a small town steeped in history and shrouded in mystery. This is the epicenter of the infamous Bell Witch haunting, arguably America's greatest and most documented ghost story. A tale so chilling it has been passed down through generations, captivating and terrifying all who hear it. The legend begins in 1817. Farmer John Bell, a respected member of the community, encountered a bizarre and unsettling creature in his fields, an encounter that would forever change his life and the lives of his family. Soon after that initial sighting, his family was plagued by violent, unexplainable phenomena. Objects moved on their own. Disembodied voices echoed through the house, and the very air crackled with an unseen energy. The entity, eventually identifying itself as Kate, seemed to focus its malevolence on John and his daughter Betsy. Betsy in particular became a primary target of the witch's wrath. The family endured nightly torments, slapping, pinching, and relentless psychological torment. The sounds of unseen hands clapping and whispering filled the house, creating an atmosphere of constant dread. The Bell Witch's notoriety quickly spread, and the haunting became a national sensation, drawing curious crowds from far and wide, including future President Andrew Jackson, a man not easily shaken. Even the formidable Jackson reportedly fled the Bell farm after a particularly chilling encounter, admitting that he would rather face the entire British Army than spend another night with the Bell Witch. As the years passed, the spirit's vendetta escalated, becoming increasingly sinister. John Bell's health mysteriously and rapidly declined, with no medical explanation to be found. Then, after his sudden and mysterious death, the witch chillingly claimed responsibility, boasting of having poisoned him. This act cemented her legend, forever branding her as America's only ghostly murderer, a title that continues to send shivers down the spines of those who hear the tale. After John's death, the intense paranormal activity gradually faded, but before disappearing completely, the witch ominously promised to return at some point in the future. And to this day, her legend lives on, deeply embedded in the local folklore, particularly around the infamous Bell Witch Cave. Countless visitors to the cave have reported unsettling experiences, including whispers that seem to come from nowhere. Many also describe encountering sudden and inexplicable cold spots. Others claim to have felt themselves being pushed or touched by unseen hands, a truly terrifying sensation. Paranormal investigators who have ventured into the cave have captured chilling electronic voice phenomena, EVPs, and frequently experienced unexplained equipment failures, adding further fuel to the legend. Of course, skeptics offer alternative explanations. Some suggest that the whole thing was an elaborate hoax, possibly orchestrated by a jealous suitor seeking to discredit the Bell family. But the sheer number of witnesses, the consistency of the accounts, and the reported physical phenomena continue to keep the mystery alive, defying easy explanation. Regardless of the truth, the Bell Witch Cave remains a powerful and enduring Southern legend, a testament to the enduring power of a good ghost story. So whether you believe in a vengeful spirit or simply appreciate a really good story, the tale of the Bell Witch has haunted the American imagination for over 2 centuries and shows no signs of fading away. If you decide to visit the Bell Witch Cave, maybe think twice before saying Kate Bats too loudly. You never know who or what might be listening in the shadows, ready to make their presence known. Now let's clock in at Sloss Furnaces in Birmingham, Alabama, a haunted industrial relic. From 1882 to 1971, Sloss was a brutal ironworks where men toiled in deadly heat and danger. Many never made it out alive. The most infamous ghost is Slag Wormwood, a cruel foreman who pushed workers to their limits until he fell, or was pushed, into molten iron. Since then, his angry spirit is said to haunt the furnaces, yelling at visitors and pushing them around. Workers and ghost hunters report shadowy figures, phantom machinery, and sudden bursts of heat in cold rooms. The man in the boiler is another legend, a worker pulled into machinery now seen desperately trying to escape. Sloss isn't about tragic romance, it's about the raw, relentless suffering of industrial America. Walk the rusting catwalks at night, and you'll feel it the shift never ended and the dead are still on the job. Next, we head to the St. Augustine Lighthouse in Florida, a beacon for both ships and spirits. Built in 1874, the lighthouse's most famous ghosts are the Pity Sisters, who drowned in a tragic accident during construction. Staff and visitors hear children laughing, see a girl in a blue dress on the stairs, and report playful pranks. like footsteps and giggles echoing through empty halls. There's also the ghost of a keeper who fell to his death, still on duty, and a shadowy man in the basement who radiates pure dread. Paranormal investigators have captured children's voices, moving shadows and strange lights. Many feel someone right behind them on the narrow staircase, only to turn and find no one there. With so many tragic deaths, it's no wonder the lighthouse is a paranormal hotspot. When the sun goes down, the past comes out to play. Our final stop takes us to a location steeped in history, tragedy, and countless tales of the paranormal. We're heading to Waverly Hills Sanatorium in Louisville, Kentucky, a place often referred to as the Mount Everest of haunted places. Its imposing structure stands as a stark reminder of a time when tuberculosis ravaged the nation, and hope was a fragile commodity. Built in the early 20th century to combat the spread of tuberculosis, Waverly Hills quickly became a haven and a final destination for thousands. Overcrowded and under-equipped, the sanatorium witnessed unimaginable suffering and countless deaths within its grim halls. The sheer volume of loss has left an indelible mark on the building, permeating its very foundations with sorrow. One of the most chilling features of Waverly Hills is the infamous body chute, a 500-foot-long tunnel. This dark passage was used to secretly transport the bodies of the deceased away from the main building, shielding the remaining patients from the constant reminder of death and adding to the site's chilling energy. It's a somber testament to the scale of the tragedy that unfolded here. Today, Waverly stands as a ruin, a decaying shell of its former self, but despite its physical deterioration, it's far from empty. It's alive with paranormal activity, a swirling vortex of unexplained phenomena. Visitors report encountering full-bodied apparitions, spectral figures that materialize before their very eyes. Others claim to hear disembodied screams echoing through the empty corridors, the lingering cries of those who perished within these walls. And then there are the shadow people, dark and elusive entities lurking in the halls, their presence a constant source of unease. Among the many spirits said to haunt Waverly Hills is the ghost of Timmy, a young boy who loved to play ball. Legend has it that Timmy is still searching for playmates and is said to interact with visitors, rolling balls back from the darkness, a playful gesture from beyond the grave. The fifth floor, especially room 502, holds a particularly dark reputation. It's notorious for despair and tragedy, a place where the veil between worlds seems thin. The room is shrouded in mystery. 2 nurses reportedly died there under mysterious circumstances, and visitors often feel an overwhelming sense of sadness and report, seeing shadowy figures lurking in the corners. Shadow people are reported everywhere throughout Waverly Hills, small, childlike forms darting through doorways and towering, menacing shapes that seem to drain the light from their surroundings. The body chute, in particular, is a hotspot for paranormal activity, with many visitors reporting unexplained voices. Others have witnessed strange lights flickering within its depths, adding to the tunnel's already unsettling atmosphere. Many experience the distinct and unnerving feeling of being watched, of being followed by unseen entities as they navigate the long, dark corridors. Waverly Hills isn't just haunted, it's a monument to human suffering, a place where the pain of the past refuses to fade, forever etched into the very fabric of the building. It serves as a chilling reminder of the fragility of life and the enduring power of the human spirit, even in the face of unimaginable adversity. That's our tour of the South's most haunted places, from the Myrtle's tragic legends to the industrial ghosts of Sloss and the sorrow of Waverly Hills. These stories blend history, folklore, and chilling eyewitness accounts, making the South a landscape of living legends. If you enjoyed this journey into the darker side of history, hit subscribe and let us know your own ghost stories or haunted hometowns in the comments. I'll be reading them, probably with the lights on. Until next time, stay safe and maybe keep a nightlight handy. Thanks for watching. See you on the next adventure.